Hello again, vinyl community. It's Matt here again. I've got a stack of vinyl to show you, and these are all records that I bought from record stores here in Southern California. Some recently, some a few months ago, but I haven't shown any of them on YouTube before. And so yeah, just different, all different genres. And like I say, these came from several different stores, which I've mentioned before, but I'll go through them as we go through the records. So first up is New Wave Hits. This is on the Rhino's Back to the 80s series. And this was from Bob's Record Shack in Upland. And had a price tag of $24 on it, but not from Bob. It was from Yuri's Records. And I guess somebody traded it in because it was only $12. It was still sealed too. And I think this is on, if I remember, this is on like pink vinyl, which is kind of cool. Yeah, pink swirl vinyl. Yeah, there you go. You could blind somebody with that. Look how bright that is. Anyway, I mentioned this is from Bob's Record Shack, and his store is in Upland, California. Every year Upland has a lemon festival, which I went to. I hadn't been to it before, and it's sort of a funny thing because I'd never seen a lemon festival before where there really weren't any lemons. It was a little bit of a funny thing. But Bob's Record Shack was kind of right in the middle of it, so I thought, you know, you got to stop in, right? You got to stop in and pick something up. And this has got some good stuff on it. New Wave Hits. Well, aha, take on me. I would question a little bit how new wave that is, but anyway. Duran Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf. The Cars, Shake It Up. Kajagoogoo, Too Shy. Echo and the Bunnymen, Lips Like Sugar. Spandau Ballet, Chant Number 1. Dream Academy, Live in a Northern Town. Talk Talk, It's My Life. Gang of Four, I Love a Man in a Uniform, and Joy Division, Love Will Tear Us Apart. And Joy Division was the main reason I bought this, because I did not have Love Will Tear Us Apart on vinyl, but I do now. Next up, this was from the Rat Hole, you know, which I seem to mention quite frequently, in Riverside, and it's Layla by Derek and the Dominoes. I do have a 12-inch single of Layla, but I've been wanting the album for some time. You know, it's kind of iconic, right? You know, Eric Clapton, and yeah. $12.99. In fact, I still owe Chris at the Rat Hole the $13 for this, but very pleased to finally pick that up. Next, this was also from Bob's Record Shack. You guys might have seen the video I posted several months ago where I traded in a bunch of old stereo equipment that I was no longer using at Bob's Record Shack, and one of the records that I got from my store credit was the Traveling Wilburys, volume number 1. I don't think there ever was a volume 2, and the big song on this, of course, was Handled with Care. Traveling Wilburys, you know, Roy Orbison, of course, and George Harrison, and who else was in it? Tom Petty. Who were the other two? Geez, Jeff Lynne, was he in it? I can't remember. It's getting late. I'm sorry. But anyway, really pleased to pick this up. $25, a little bit steep, but it is a first pressing, so not too bad considering. This next one, this was also one of the trades at Bob's Record Shack, and that is Queen, A Day at the Races. Not super high on my wish list, but I have quite a few other Queen albums, and it, you know, it's one that I thought, well, you know, I won't mind if I pick it up. $21, not too bad. The big songs on here would be Tie Your Mother Down and Somebody to Love. Those would be by far the two most well-known songs. So very cool. Now this next one, this is a fairly recent pickup from June, actually, last month. And this was from Zoinks Records in Pomona, California. And it's Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 Greatest Messages. So it's a greatest hits album or a best of. Now I'm going to be honest, I'm really not very familiar with them, other than the song. Actually, no, there's two songs on here I know. One is It's Nasty, and the other is The Message. Both of those are on here. What label's this? Oh, of course, Sugar Hill. Yeah, all of their stuff was on Sugar Hill Records. And I thought this was a good price. I thought $10. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, it's in pretty nice condition. This next one was from the Mad Platter in Riverside, and it's Michael Penn, March. This was $6.99. I bought this 2 or 3 months ago. The only song I know on here is No Myth, but it's a really great pop song. I haven't listened to this whole album yet, so I'm not sure how the rest of it sounds, but I've always liked No Myth, and I thought $7, especially as it was still in the shrink, I thought that was, pretty reasonable. Next up, we're going back to Zoinks. In fact, the rest of these are all from Zoinks. I was really pleased to pick this up. Jesus and Mary Chain, Darklands. I love the title track for this. I've always liked it. This came out in 87, I believe, or 86, 87, I think. Yeah, 1987. Darklands was a pretty big hit in the UK, so was April Skies. I don't know if there's any other single releases. Was Happy When It Rains, was that a single? I don't know. I might be getting confused with the garbage song, Only Happy When It Rains. I don't know. But yeah, this was... I'm trying to think. I think this was around $15, something like that. I thought that was pretty good. First pressing, and yeah, very glad to have that. And again, this is also from Zoinks. This was recent. This was just literally like a week ago, just over a week ago that I got this. The Turtles' Greatest Hits. This had been on my wish list for a while. It seems to go for a little bit more money than I was prepared to pay. I kept looking online. It was sort of like, if you could get it for $15, it was a pretty good price, and it was often going for more than 20. This was only 8. It does have a cutout here, but other than that, it's in pretty nice condition. I'll show you guys the label, and I know I haven't been doing this for most of them, but it's on Rhino, the old Rhino, not the new Rhino. And I know it's kind of hard to see. It's a really dark blue label there, but all of the big hits are on here. Do you know what's funny? In the back of my mind, I was somehow convinced that the Turtles were British, but they're not. They're actually from California. I don't know why I thought they were British. I guess because they had quite a few hits in England back in the day. But yeah, the big hits are on here. Eleanor, Happy Together, She'd Rather Be With Me. So yeah, good stuff. And that same day, I also picked up Built for Speed by the Stray Cats. I used to have Stray Cats Strut. I used to have the 7-inch, the 45 with that, but it played kind of rough. I mean, it didn't skip, but there was a lot of noise on it. So this was also $8. I was pleased to pick this up as well. I don't really know the other songs on here, except for Rock This Town. That was a hit in the UK. I don't think I know any of the other tracks on here, so I'm going to be interested to give this a listen. Now, the deal with these is I actually traded in a bunch of mostly, some of them were 12-inch singles, and there were others that were like doubles that where I've upgraded over the last sort of 6 months or so. So I traded in a bunch of those. Most of them were kind of like dollar bin, the stuff you'd find in a dollar bin. So I didn't get a lot. In fact, he only offered me like $18, which I thought was a little bit low, but then I thought, well, a lot of the stuff he's going to sell for $1, I get it. So, but I ended up getting this and the Turtles, that would be $16, and I said, well, here, how about you kicking this as well? This should have been $8, but it's U2, The Unforgettable Fire. I've said it before, I've never been a huge fan of U2, but I keep buying their albums. I think this is the 4th album of theirs I have now. I like their songs, I just always thought they were a bit overrated. I never quite bought into the sort of U2, I don't know, love fest or whatever, but I do like quite a few of their songs, and one of the main reasons for getting this is the title track, The Unforgettable Fire, which I always liked, and it's not on the singles compilation album that I got several months ago. So I thought, what the heck, as I'm almost getting it for free in a way with the trade, or for $2 if you look at it that way. It does also have Pride in the Name of Love on here too, and Bad. So yeah, that was also from Zoinks in Pomona. So that's it. I haven't listened to most of these. I have listened to the New Wave one. I listened to some of Layla. Haven't listened to Traveling Wilburys. Haven't listened to Queen or Grandmaster Flash or Michael Penn. I listened to a bit of the Jesus and Mary Chain, and these three I haven't listened to because these still need cleaning. The three recent ones that I got. But yeah, Yeah, always. Oh, sorry. Always nice to share the vinyl with you guys. Hope everyone's doing well. I know that pretty much all of my videos lately have been find sort of videos or vinyl buy videos, so I am aware of that. I'm gonna try to mix it up some more. I know that I used to do that a lot, and it's just difficult, you know, with 2 kids, which really shouldn't be an excuse, but by the end of the day, it's getting kind of tiring, and of course I work as well, and yeah, by the evening it's really it's easy to, you know, just being honest, it's easy to make a fine video. You know, you just sit here and talk for 10 minutes or whatever. Whereas other types of video often will need editing and that sort of thing, and that can be time consuming, and on, you know, again, just being honest, by the end of the evening, I'm kind of thinking like, I'm getting tired, and do I really want to, you know, edit a video for an hour or two? But I will get back into making the other kinds of videos that I used to make. I just gotta kind of put together a plan to do that, and decide what the topic should be. But I do have some in mind for sure. But yeah. So thanks as always, everyone, for watching. Always appreciate your comments. Always appreciate everybody who subscribes. If you'd like to hit the subscribe button, and if you hit the bell icon, you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Yeah, thanks as always for watching, and until next time, bye bye.